threatening somebody about... Okay, who's doing the math here? About 6 years younger than he is? 6, 7
I wouldn't
around
know. I only look at it as moral. Like, to me, like you're just a person who's... To me, I just see you as psychotic if this is how you want to act. I don't understand. I want to see you as a better person, but sometimes you say some things first to me that that gets under my skin. And obviously, since I know who you are, and I've personally talked to you before, and we've hung out in chats, yeah, I'm gonna cut loose on you and get pissed off and possibly give you the good old threat. That's nothing. That's not going to change. If you piss me off, then let me go ahead and say something that ultimately going to piss you off.
I understand that.
I mean, that's just.
I don't agree. I think both parties would be wrong doing that personally, but
it's kind of like it's kind of like old friends. It's kind of like old friends fighting it out. That's how I see it. Now that's why I'm here with you, because I want to know what your real problem is. I actually have a philosophy that maybe you like me, you just are afraid to like me, and you want to continue to drag this hate on, because really there literally is no reason to hate me, because I haven't done anything wrong to you. Nothing. Nobody in this room here have I done anything wrong. And I welcome.
Anybody want to chip in on that one?
Huh?
Guys, anybody want to chip on that one?
Well, forgive me, I've recently had surgery on my foot, and I'm going to have to have it again, so...
Take it out of your mouth then and speak up.
I'll just let this, I'll see how this plays out before I jump in.
In all honesty, I can't remember back then, because I've been drinking way too much lately.
Admittedly, there are morally things I've seen some of the people in this room do. I don't like naming names, but that's just who I am.
You're probably talking about me, motherfuckers.
In other news, why isn't my driver's installing? That's beside the point. Forgive me, I have a touchpad mouse combo thing for my laptop, and it's not installing now.
Sorry. See, it's like, Indy, the thing is, you know the thing with me and Happy Cabby, right? Happy Cabby and I? Right? Happy Cabby and I actually get along just fine. He gives me advice, and then I give him advice, and I'm helping him with his health issues. And
what about Blackbuster Critic?
Oh boy, here we go.
The last time he talked to me and my brother, he actually told me that, good luck with everything in your life, and he apologized for everything. And I did the same thing. I said, yeah, we were just stupid and fighting on YouTube.
Why do I find that hard to believe? Are you trying to get on our good side by trying to fabricate?
Well, see,
Indy, you got to remember something about Blackbuster Critic. The only reason I know this is because I've known Blackbuster Critic about 2 years before the BBC war even started. This was back when he was personally attacking my girlfriend for some other BS. But that got resolved quickly. Shit. I'll pick that up later. Blackbuster Critic is one of those guys. He's a true gentleman at fight. Like, he knows when somebody's down and he just stops.
Right.
But it's not him that you gotta watch out for. It's his fan base.
Right.
His fan base is the dirtiest, the worst that you can imagine. Which is why Blackbuster Critic has such a bad rep. Which is why he's in the same boat Liat is. Hopping channel to channel. I don't know if I blew somebody's mind when saying this, but he got banned. Not 2-3 weeks after the Liat BBC fight had the dust settled. Now, I don't know what could happen between Liat and Blackbuster Critic. I haven't spoken to the gentleman in God knows how long. But even Blackbuster Critic and I, after he attacked Emily, him and I ended on good terms. So that one is a little touchy with BBC. But then again, he's nowhere to be found at the moment, which is sad because I really liked his videos.
Liam, aren't you banned from YouTube altogether?
Well, what is it?
I mean, last time I think Blackbuster Critic was online, like, he has a Skype. The last time I think he went online was God knows how. Oh, and do you know why Blockbuster Critic started the fight with Liat? This is something I personally disagreed with. Does anybody remember why?
Probably. I mean,
Tell us,
I
Brennan.
can only think it was that earthquake.
Exactly. That happened right after the Japanese earthquake. This is after there was some crazy group, after they got knocked out of Cassius, decided to go super paranoid on Liat. And as soon as the earthquake hit, I remember this because there was a fan base somewhere, thumbs up for epic ban. There was a quote in the video, thumbs up for epic earthquake. Now, this is the part where I'll equally defend everybody. Epic earthquake, when I think of it, epic. Holy shit, that's epic. Not, oh, that's totally awesome.
Yeah, see, the mind of the thing behind the video was, when I asked for thumbs up, it's like a voting tool, and it always was when I was on those channels. And epic means, like, it is one of the largest earthquakes, especially in the area, and that is why I said thumbs up for epic earthquake. Now, if you look at this article, weather.com even called Hurricane Sandy, they said 5 reasons Hurricane Sandy will be epic. So there's nothing wrong with the word epic. That is the only reason.
The issue is
the only thing that makes me upset is stupid. Right. The only thing that makes you upset, India, is stupidity. And when Blackbuster Critic and I had that fight, it was stupidity. He took that word epic. He took a lot of people were saying. Not a lot of people.
Still,
were smart
you made yourself into an ass during that entire thing. It's not just about the S thing.
Of course I did. Yes, but wouldn't you have done the same thing if you were all of a sudden the target of an unwanted target? Have you ever had thousands of people blame you for something you never done? I mean,
he does make. I mean, when Liat was at his highest and mighty, when you're up that high, and just one little thing is all it takes to set you off in a failure. Which I can understand. I'd be furious about that. Not saying you're a failure. Nobody's a failure.
No, I mean, I failed the channel pretty hardcore because I didn't know a few of the rules. And one of the things is people say that I got banned because I scammed people, or it's because the earthquake video, or bots, but actually that's not true. I got banned the same reason why, let's say, that kid show got banned. See, if you look at it, it says it was suspended under, I think it was gambling or something, and gaming or whatever. And let me clarify the reason why it was gambling or gaming is because, if you do recall, I was giving away cash prizes. And nobody ever told me that I can't give away straight up cash prizes. And I lost my channel because of that. That is why YouTube doesn't necessarily want me back, not because they hate me. It's just because of the fact that it was wrong to gamble.
I just looked up here just so as there's a second eye on it.
Right, and in some states it's illegal to gamble, and it's also illegal to be giving away money to people who are possibly minors. And I didn't know that either.
Forgive me.
So those are the stupidest things that I ever did on those channels. That's why I got suspended. That's why I got banned.
Yeah, because I'm looking at LifeInATent right now. This account has been suspended due to multiple severe violations of YouTube's policy against spam, gaming, misleading content, or other terms of service violations.
Yeah, my two cash prize contests really did me in pretty bad.
If it was something like violence, because I remember Blackbuster Crick, he got banned for violence.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
Or violent, repulsive acts or something like that. And it would state different.
United States, someone dies of an accidental overdose.
Personally, I've been banned myself. I mean, I guess the other problem is there's more than just, how many are in here? 6 of us?
I think so.
Yeah. There's a whole other group of issues out there. Us six are just intelligent enough to meet up and discuss it.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm already dealing with somebody named SH111I, the fake weatherman Kevin, and then I think somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't have anything against this. Now, this is going back when I used to work at Hershey, because, you know, Hershey loves to screw people over.
I want their chocolate.
What's up?
I want their chocolate.
Oh, I'm talking about the park.
Well,
You know, they decide that they're going to hire foreign students to come in and work $3 an hour. And then when they leave, they decide to give us 46 hours a week and not pay us overtime. As we're trying to get through college.
And I'm reading all this stuff online about how that's a very legal.
I quit there.
Indy, let me go ahead and just kind of just jump in here and just kind of say this. You seem like an intelligent person, and the only thing I find really aggravating about you is you really have a hard time taking in other opinions as well. Let's clarify. When I talked about when BBC talked to me and my brother, and you know, we apologized to each other and parted our ways and wished us luck. You didn't believe that, and that you were quick to believe that. And it's kind of, you're very closed-minded and very dense. You should be a little bit more open-minded about things. That's why I say, if you have a problem with me,
You have a god complex.
Please just mess, huh? What?
You have a god complex, dude.
Yes,
You are so obsessed. You are so obsessed with anybody saying anything negative about you.
No, actually, I'm very fair and respectful. If I had a god complex, you wouldn't be talking to me right now. I would have sent you a message and said, I'm too good for you.
I mean, he makes a point with that.
Yeah.
Indy.
I'm trying to come to you as an equal. Trying to come to terms to see what makes you tick. What is it that what you want? Because I even asked you in the message, the last message I sent you, I asked, what is it you want? Do you want an apology or whatever? Excuse me.
All I want is the truth.
Of?
Everything, Liat. Now you say one thing in one video, then you turn around and say another thing in another video, just like that video, dude.
A video?
Wait.
That your girlfriend was having the bitch fit with me?
Oh yeah.
That's only one of few.
I'm not sure if you understand. I guess satire or parody. But when somebody says that they like something and they turn around and say something else, they're obviously kind of wanting to either have fun with the topic, because I personally don't want to say something that's perfect. That's kind of boring to me. I'm not a nerd, and well, I mean, I'm known to be a nerd.
No, I'm not as bad as me.
Yeah, there you go. See, but I'm not. I just don't want to appear smart. If it makes any sense to you, I want to be dumb. That's what I want to appear as somebody who's not trying to be perfect. And the two videos that I saw, and I seen the video because I seen you guys is fighting back and forth. You have to understand something, that one of them is me, and another happens to be a character who could say
So you can lie
anything.
to a character, or you can
It's
say
not
one
called
thing.
lying. See, that's the thing.
Hold on, hold on. Let me
Andy?
rephrase that.
Yeah, let Indy rephrase it.
Okay.
Say one thing as a character, and then you say another. See, the thing about it is that people think that's actually you through the character. They don't get it. The campers do not get that it's actually a character. That's the thing.
I'm just not making the first thing with bubble here, but welcome to the internet.
I mean, yeah, yeah, that's true. Welcome to the internet. I mean, here's the deal. When I was on SpeakupBro, or when I was on another channel talking about the Avengers, I assume this is what it's about. If you notice how I sit there and talk, I'm just kind of talking. I'm being myself. I'm being boring. I'm being myself, like how I am right now. But see, that's the thing, though. If you see somebody who's acting or over, it's called acting. If you see somebody who's literally being someone they're really not, well, that's called acting. And acting is actually a professional career. It could be a professional career, should I say.
Question I would ask, and this is just in Indy's defense, I'm playing devil's advocate for both sides here. Okay? Hold on, that clicking's... Go away.
Sure, I'll do that right away.
Let me just pull the money out of my ass first. Anyhow, the question I guess Indy would probably ask in return, and I'm curious to know this myself.
Right.
Where's the line between acting and then bullshitting? Now, I'm just saying this
Good question.
because that's a good question in my opinion.
That is a very good question, actually. To tell you the truth, I actually don't know. It actually could be both. Like
A little bullshitting with the acting.
It's like this. It's like this. How do we know? And I can't believe I'm bringing this guy up again. It's been ages. How do we know Charlie Sheen wasn't acting?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. See, I think that's what I would ask in return, because.
Or Eric Douglas.
Right. See, people see, even, like you say, Charlie Sheen, people see him as an ass or a bullshitter, but they like him and they dislike him at the same time. But how do we know that he just wasn't pulling some stuff, that he just wasn't acting? Because he's, he's an actor, and that's just kind of what he does. So we don't necessarily know. It's kind of much like the character of Leah. Nobody really knows if he's acting.
Sometimes he looks like he just wants to shoot himself in the foot. Other days he looks like he's boss.
Yeah, that's true.
I see
So
that.
when you sent me those messages threatening physical violence, was that you or Liat?
What do you mean?
I mean the messages you were sending me back and forth.
Well, see, here's the thing. I even said that as my own self, like how I am right now. If somebody wants to be mean to me, it's like, literally, I was trying to be as nice as possible to you, but then you just you sent me those messages, and that literally just put me over the edge. And everybody knows, yes, I have a temper, but only when it comes to an unfair thing that somebody does. It's literally unfair what you do.
Did I strike a nerve? Honestly?
Yeah, you did. You struck a big nerve.
Is there any truth to what I said?
About what?
Anything I said. Was there any truth to it?
Depends on what you say. You said a lot. I mean, could you at least clarify?
Oh, you look.
I mean, you said the only thing that I didn't like is how. See, you know how. Remember I told you about your family. Okay. Let's just say when I mentioned Tony.
That's not even my family, dude.
When I struck a nerve about Tony, or I struck a nerve about other such things, Connery, Mr. Kenneth Wayne Copeland, anything about this.
Those aren't even my family members, dude.
But let me just put it this way: when I say these things, but you called me a stalker, there had to be a reason why you called me a stalker. Whether or not you're telling me the truth or not, it's not my place to say, oh yes, it is. That's your father. You know, see, that's the difference between you and I. I won't just go and say, oh yeah, it's your father, or oh yeah, that's your sister. I can't do that. That's not who I am. That's rude. I give you the benefit of the doubt. The difference between you and I is you don't. If I want to tell you something, and I tell you in sincerity, you kind of spit in my face, and you say some nasty things back, when I'm trying to be the one who's just trying to be realistic with you. So when you talk about me stalking, let me go ahead and clarify how I think you're the stalker, because if I do recall what you sent me in a message, you said that you're never going to leave me alone, and that you're going to keep on riding my ass I'm not forever, but you said you're just never going to leave me alone. So I mean, to me, that sounds a little stalkerish to me.
Now, if I may ask, I kind of see what nerve you struck with Indy. I'm not familiar, and I'll admit it, with any of the messages that Indy sent to you. If you could elaborate a little, and Indy, I'll ask that if it is true, please let me know. But I'm planning to play this like a judge almost, just to resolve this.
You mediator.
Yeah, a mediator. That's a good way to look at it. I'm probably a better mediator than what the politicians had.
Well, hopefully you're a better mediator than Lovelace is. Oh my God. Anyway, go ahead.
So what did Indy say then that struck? I mean, nobody's recording. So
the thing that struck a nerve is the fact that he to me, I feel that he's kind of a stalker to me. And after all these so-called usernames and this Encyclopedia Dramatica article just ramped up all of a sudden, to me, I feel that I'm going to link all that stuff to him unless he says otherwise. When he says he's literally going to be on my ass and he's going to do this and he's going to do that, I'm going to have to relate all that he says to my personal information, and everything else has been,
Encyclopedia Dramatica I am very familiar with, just because I love their articles on everything else. Blackbuster Crick's fan base is strongly, I know the one gentleman, he made a page about me. It's not there anymore. Let's just say that. But this gentleman, after going after me, went after my girlfriend and everything else. So.
And then told Stewart that he and his new girlfriend had tried oxycodone.
Dear God. Encyclopedia Dramatica is not just run by somebody like Indy. No offense to Indy, I've tried looking at their code and how to make their web pages. It's pretty difficult.
Wasn't just a friend.
And I'm certified in network technicians and development and everything else. The one's a desktop administration certification, the other one's Network Plus certification. It's difficult for me.
The reason, the line between experimentation and death, it turns out, is tenuous.
So, in Indy's defense with this, the Encyclopedia Dramatica article was probably done by a Blackbuster Critic fan who knew a bit about technology.
But Indy has never been on Encyclopedia. He doesn't contribute to it, right?
I can assure you, there is no way that he can contribute to that site. The only reason I can say that is because this was a while ago, tried to use an IP address from around he was, and it probably was his. Because when was it, Indy? You said that you couldn't get on the website because we had our own thing on Facebook. And we were just linking it to somebody else who got in. I don't even know what his real name was. I think his code name was Alexia.
It may not take much alcohol.
God, forgive me. This is so long ago. My memory is not doing good for me.
Tell us anything in front of the TV. By the next morning.
Long story short, I think it was Indy who said, he private messaged me, dude, how do I get a proxy? I asked why. He goes, because for some reason my IP address is banned from Encyclopedia Dramatica. Now, the other issue they ran into Encyclopedia Dramatica is the web host to the server. The first server shut it down. So they had to rebuild it on another server from scratch. And again, this is just because I know my...
I first learned about Ben through the story.
Right, and this is... Indy was in the wrong for saying that. Okay, Liat.
An old friend of the Clintons. Over the years, he
Hello?
donated thousands of dollars to theirs and other Democratic...
I'm just making sure I'm still being heard.
Yeah, I can...
Where I'm seeing you in the wrong is the assumption that one, Indy would have the means to be able to pull off that, or any of us here for that matter. I mean, I have 4 computers at my disposal. That's enough to start a very simple denial of service attack, but it's not enough to bring somebody who's probably, again, going on 30 years old on their own and not computer gene. I don't know how to describe it. Hold on a second.
I think Leah just wants to know if Indy made or contributed to the page at all, and it's just a simple yes or no question.
Right, well, yeah, Indy said no, so I can't call him a liar. I have to assume he did. But on the other hand, I wasn't really after the fact that maybe he did or not. What I was asking was the whole YouTube accounts thing. See, there's these accounts called, let's see, Mr. Pressator, Flight of Demons, SH111I.
Can you link these to me, please? Just put them in the Skype here. The only reason I'm asking is because I'm curious to know myself, and I might be able to help out.
Now, somebody pointed out it could be JRT Jazz. I don't know who that is.
I think I've heard that name. Again, this sounds like Blockbuster community stuff. God, I hate the new YouTube. Alright, I can definitely assure you that SH111I is not indie.
By funding programs that educate people about the dangers of misusing prescription drugs.
Because I just have to ask myself, you know, like, see, nobody has ever really come forward and told me that they were literally going to be on my ass when I haven't done anything to them in the first place worth it. So when Indy had placed that comment to me and he had told me about it, and I pictured him to be the guy hiding behind those accounts, and that's what started my anger.
Alright, I'm not sure about fake weatherman Kevin, but this is where I'm pulling from with Indy. Okay, Indy's very much. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the Air Force you like, Indy?
As far as
Like military branch?
yes,
Okay. U.S. Air Force, correct?
yes.
Wow.
Look on his page. Look on the fighters on the back page. See the star? It's a white circle with a blue Star of David.
Back page. I don't understand.
The background. The only reason is I'm taking a class in college about psychology and things, so I know a little bit about this. Those are Israeli fighters that are on this SH111I's background.
Okay.
The other thing I can tell, I've seen Indian, like, not person, but I've seen him through, like, webcam. These videos on his page are no way in hell him.
I see.
Now, fake and Kevin looks to be a little more difficult for me to differentiate. Though I'm trying to determine here. Yeah, this one was just joined on the 22nd of October.
Yeah, this has been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, see some of the comments here.
You know, Brandon, Indy can talk for himself when it comes to these accounts.
I know. I know he can.
Well, that's basically that's all I'm asking, Indy, is have you contacted me or even harassed me, or let's just say Megan, under any other account other than your own? And you could be completely 100% honest.
Yeah, because nobody's.
I've only had Indy 1489.
That's it.
I started out with that, and I'll admit I have had other channels, but I don't even remember those channels or the passwords I used to get into them, so I can't even access them if I wanted to. I only had one other channel.
Those were probably before the Google takeover.
Yeah.
All right, so basically after all this time, let's just say after all this time, even like with any other channel that I open after all this time, why why is it that you continue to come to my channels in a negative light first, instead of just kind of be a nice guy?
Because I hate your arrogance.
Well, that's the thing, though.
And I hate the message you're sending to these impressionable kids, dude.
What are you talking about?
What message you're sending? It's a very negative message, dude. It's like.
So you're telling me that a single person like me can outdo GTA games, Black Ops, games that are designed to shoot people, kill people, movies.
See, that's different.
Other movies.
Those
No,
things
it's
I
not
can't do a damn thing about.
Oh, no, you can't do a damn thing about me either. You can't do anything about I mean, that's freedom of expression. See, you're the one that's trying to play the God card now. You understand that?
If I may jump in real quick, you can have impressions on one person depending on how much they idolize you, but I don't think you have any camper to the point where they basically worship the words you talk. But it is
maybe back in the day.
It is possible for you to have an effect on somebody. Whether you do or not is, I highly doubt, but that is possible.
Right. So, but what I don't understand is what exactly is it that I say that's even remotely worse than any of the mainstream media out today. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't understand.
There's another thing too is you leech off of other people's well, I don't know if you still do this, but you have in the past. You use false tagging in your videos, and false.
Be my guest. Check my tags.
No, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about earlier on the other channels.
Which I have personally seen that, but at the same time.
Yeah, everybody did it. I mean,
now, I'm a believer of that technically commits the fallacy of traditionalism, where even though everybody else has done it, even though it's a tradition, does not make it right.
Right.
At the same time, this is just a question I have. Have you gone to college? I'm just curious.
No.
Okay. Again, I'm just curious about this. I'm going to college. This is how I know about this. I'm actually taking a class on philosophy and logic and critical thinking. It's quite interesting, by the way. If anybody's interested, I'll give you some of the copy of the notes that the professor put online, and I cracked.
Later, not now.
Off topic.
You've been getting really off topic.
But the point is that some people in the world see these fallacies of thinking and think of it as cogent thought. Hey, this guy over here's doing it, this guy over here's doing it, they're making a good deal off of it, why can't I?
Right.
I agree with Indy that it's still wrong.
It's because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
But let me ask this though. Is it actually life and death? Is it hurting anybody when somebody just puts in those
I do agree with that.
tags? That's the only issue I have.
The severity of the situation does depend on that. I mean, I agree with Indy still. A wrong is a wrong. But certain wrongs, it's like this. Should the man who speeds in his car be put to death? No. Who in the hell would... The judge would be considered an insane psychopathic nut job if he would even consider something like that. And that same goes, should the murderer just get a ticket? Now, again, unfortunately, I don't have all of the information, and again, you just gotta understand me, I question everything.
So, I mean, basically what I'm trying to get at is, I think, Indy, you get worked up over way too little, and that's the worst trait that you can have at this moment, because just over a simple video that doesn't hurt anybody, or simple tags that does not hurt anybody at all. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Now,
you want to go the extra mile, though, to do something. When you click on that extra mile to stop somebody, say, like, from really hurting someone. I mean, if I was to make a video and outright physically, it would physically hurt someone. Say, if I was to make let's just put it this way. There have been a lot of viral videos, especially about, let's talk about Amanda Todd, for example.
oh yeah.
And I'm sure you know who Mr. Repsion is, right?
Who?
Mr. Repsion.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Him and I got into a huge fight on my SpeakupBro channel. And do you know what the fight was about? Believe it or not, I went up to Daniel, and I used to be his friend, and I told him, I said, you know what? You made $1,000 off of someone else's death. Someone committed suicide. A girl committed suicide. You hopped to your camera, you uploaded videos, and you made over $1,000 for someone else's suicide. I told him it was completely 100% immoral and wrong to do so. And he got into a huge argument with myself. He took his fan base and shoved them over to my channel. And yeah, they are a bunch of assholes. And some people believe
fan bases.
Yeah, and some people believe it, some people not. But the thing is, though, I know when it is right to be moral and right to be immoral. Now, if you hate me if you hated me, say, if I was doing videos like that, I could completely understand. And I don't do those videos.
No offense, Lee, but right now you're not making videos, period. Thanks to all this banning.
Well, I'm still making videos. I'm still on YouTube right now.
It's just a matter of, no offense, but it's a matter of till the next ban comes through because of the fan bases out there.
Yeah, it all depends. Either Scott was the one who was reporting me the whole time, or because he got me suspended on my last one, which really sucked, but it was my fault. See, I was actually defending someone, and I personally didn't agree with what I did to defend somebody in my other video. I did call up Tom Syndicate. I'm not sure if you guys know who that was, or is. The Syndicate Project. I did call him up, and yes, I did threaten him because he made his threats first. And he flew from the UK to Los Angeles, and I told him I was going to see him outside his hotel. And I recorded the conversation in video with my camera, and I uploaded it to YouTube along with a vlog. And that was an open predatory stalking behavior threat that Scott reported, obviously, Scott Kim Martin reported, and I got canned, which really sucks. And, but it's my fault. And I even said in my last video before I got suspended that the channel's not going to be around much longer because I know what I did was wrong, but at the same time, it was in defense for somebody who was literally making pretty credible threats and sending some disgusting pictures and content. People's heads getting blown off.
I do see the correctness, and I do see, like, the cause is good. It's the means.
Right.
Which, what we should do, and this is just because, personally, this is admittedly, I thought this was going to be pretty lousy, but now I'm starting to see that maybe instead of us continuously fighting, we can channel not just the energy in this great conversation, but everything else, and maybe make I don't know what to call it, a forum, a group effort.
Like a pack.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm all for making packs and being good with people. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the. You're familiar with chicken doodle sauce or gaming doodle sauce? Him and I used to have the biggest hate for each other, and now it's kind of like he understands me and I understand him. We had our fights, but him and I actually get along just fine. He saw through, all the negative, and he turned it into a positive. And once we did that, we kind of understood him. Even some of the negative, I understood him, and he understands me now. But see, that the thing is, so these videos that I even made, I don't understand what's wrong with the videos. you know, the videos on my brand new channel, I think I did one about the Twinkie going out of business, which obviously...
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's my new channel. So.
Now, Andy, if you could elaborate with that.
No, I just want to know, what exactly is it that I'm actually doing that's wrong? I don't understand. I haven't told people a new diet. I mean, I can understand if I said, hey, everyone, I got a new drink. This is a really, really good drink, and you must drink it if you feel down. It makes you feel really happy. I want you to take 1 ounce of bleach and drink it.
That would
now,
be.
if I did something like that, that would be horrible.
Smoking.
And that's something I would never ever do. That's wrong.
Come here, twin.
But I guess when it comes to any of my videos, giving my opinion on something so light, I don't understand the hate. Is what I don't understand.
It's not just that. I mean,
I think the most controversial video I think I've done yet was the I am a human. No, I'm not human, which I sounds far-fetched, but I firmly believe that I may not be human. I think I'm an alien. But see, that's just kind of my belief. It's because I have this major, not imagination, but I've got a huge mind for the universe. And I firmly believe that science and God exist all at the same time, even though they say science can't go good with God. It can. And I can prove that. And I want to write a book about that. And that's just my belief. It may sound far-fetched to some people, and it may sound arrogant, but to me it's not really... Huh?
I was about to say no offense. It just sounds outright, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I like to channel that stuff. I like to channel that the whole what if factor. Because here's the deal. I firmly want to know what happens when we die, because I just recently lost somebody very close to me. I considered my little brother. Another reason why I'm really fucking angry these past couple months. And
I'm sorry to hear
he
that.
told me, thanks man. And he told me he would hunt me if he died. He had a heart problem, and he died, and he was 20 years old, and so he told me he would hunt me when he died, and I made him promise me. The funny thing is though, he's not here, and that just kind of makes me still wonder what happens. Where do we go? Those are the kind of things that I think about, and they're very far-fetched. So it's like death, aliens, Jesus, God. How about time travel? You know, I think about that a lot. Hell, I even thought of a philosophy of aliens actually being us in the future. Evolution exists, and if it exists, then we are we human beings will evolve into what aliens look like now. They're time travelers. See, they travel in the past, they pick us up, and they study us, study what they used to be. And that's far-fetched, but that could happen. And that's the thing, though. It's not really arrogance. It's just kind of things that I believe in. I mean, if I was to tell you, hey, Indy, guess what? God exists. No, it's not really arrogant of me to say that. I mean, I guess it's just something that I believe in. And just like if you were to tell me something that you believe in, I'm not obviously going to say, oh, you're a bad person. I'm going to do everything I can to throw you out and to stop you. No, that would be stupid of me. I'd become the bully and the harasser, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I ask, is what exactly is it that I've done in the majority to actually really constitute your hate and frustration toward me?
Okay, one thing I really hate about all of this, main thing is your threats. Your threats of physical violence, Liat. And so for some reason you keep working your way around that issue, and you don't. Let's address it directly. Did you mean anything? Did you mean anything you said in those messages you told me? You sent me.
No.
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 Why?
I have a temper, and it's sad to say, but when
I've
people
seen
get
that temper an awful lot.
when people, yeah, because I've been angry on the same deal. Like, I mean, if you came up to me and said, "Hey, Brian, your video sucked dick," your last video, you would never hear a death threat come out of my mouth because that's your opinion. But if some people are coming up to me about the past, half truth, hell, I even talked to Zeroda. I don't know if you know who Zeroda is, but I even talked to Zeroda, and he understood that what he did about me, the video he did about me, was wrong, and it was.
Yes, I think he's the one with the money one.
Yeah, he's an Alliance of Demons guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, this is mock tech. This scamming
I remember
stuff.
that.
He apologized. We actually had a conversation late last year. He apologized to me and told me that it was wrong, and it is half truth. He didn't understand me as a whole, but he took it upon himself to create a story to make me look like a complete and total fool, which really I'm not that bad of a person. But the only thing I have said openly is I need help with my temper. I do. I have insanely horrible temper when it comes to repeat offenses. I can't stand it. I'm like that strike 3 thing. I get pissed off. I was tolerating it at first, but now it's just getting stupid and old, and there's no reason for it. There's no reason for you to even bring up a past that's beating a dead horse. There's no reason for it. Try to bring up something that's current. Give me a reason why you hate me that's actually current instead of just the past. Yes, I know that death threats are current, but I've already explained myself about the whole death threats. And even though I may say something,
I'm sorry to interrupt. My girlfriend is on the other line.
So is mine.
What's up?
Mine is bitching at me.
Yeah, mine's on the one line. It's way past the time I promised her. Do forgive me, I wasn't planning on being on as long as I expected. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to just leave. Is that okay?
Yeah, dude.
All right. I hope when I leave, nothing escalates.
I'll check. I'm still here.
Ooh, smoky. Oh, that and my headset's about to die, so... Oh, I hate this one. I mean, the good side of the wireless headset, I can walk around my bedroom. The bad side, I have to charge it. And it costs $100. So, I'm going to talk to you guys later.
all right.
If I don't talk to you guys soon, it'll be later. So, have a good night, gentlemen.
You too.
Bye.
Later.
If they are misused.
But 12 million Americans reported using painkillers without a prescription or medical need. And that number has been some minutes. Someone died.
Well, that was interesting. Still there?
Yes.
All right, I'll be the moderator, I guess, between you two.
All right. So, I mean, basically, if you hate me because of the death threats, you have to understand one of the main things is, yes, I have a temper, and you have to understand that it could be completely 100% mental, and I could possibly need medication for it. And if that's the case, then at least give a person like that the benefit of the doubt, or maybe just kind of leave them alone to that extent and understand that they're different from you. Because I'm not you, I'm not trying to be you, and I'm not trying to be perfect. That's kind of just the only thing that I can really say. That's why I asked, what is it that you want from me? Because, like you, I'm an individual. And I may, you may not give death threats, and you may not lose your temper like I do. But that doesn't make me a bad person. That just makes me different. And as long as I haven't killed anybody, and as long as I haven't carried off with anything like a filing or whatever, and it's safe to say that, yeah, I need pills, like help,
I'm mental, but I'm completely harmless. I have no history of complete criminal activity. I just don't. The only history I have is when I went to jail for defending someone, which I regret because the cousin I defended was a complete bitch to me after that. But other than that, I don't see any points.
Okay, I'll leave with this because my girlfriend keeps cutting in on me. Think twice before responding to me out of anger, Leah. Get yourself checked. Seriously.
Okay, and why? And I'll have to ask you to think before you comment anything negative. But you can say that my video sucks. That's fine. But if you understand what gets under my skin, I'll ask that you know that and kind of work with me there, because I can work with a lot of people too.
Just remember that your audience are impressionable young kids, and they have you up on a pedestal. They look up to you, and I just want to tell you, you need to be careful of what you say and do on and behind the camera.
Is this what you want to say to Onision as well?
Onision's a jerk, and I hate his following.
Well, his following is a bunch of kids.
No. Okay, I'll admit this right now. I just like his following more than the campers.
Okay.
Indy, I really do believe that you have to let the past be the past. Sure, Liat is a dick, a douche, but he's also a human. He's a decent guy sometimes, and I say that lightly. But you really don't have an argument here. You're basically living in the past. I really haven't seen Liat do any of his old antics anymore. I just see a guy trying to have a little fun on YouTube while he still can. Because obviously he's going to get reported, it's going to be taken down because he's on the YouTube shit list. It's okay to fuck with him, but you gotta know when not to take it to the extreme. I mean, I was just fucking with him before he came on here. But I'm not going to take it to the extremes of continuing and arguing with them. It's
a losing battle. That's what you're saying. And I'm beating a dead horse.
Yes, you are, man. And I say that as your bro. I mean, I've known you forever, for as long as I can remember, man. So you just gotta let this shit go. Because it's not going to go anywhere. And Leah was talking about legal things. So, you know, whether he actually has a case or not is nothing to fuck with.
I guess basically when there's nothing to fight for, Indy, it turns into a case of...
Okay, I'll say this. I guess one huge issue I had is because the problem I had was I used to be a camper. And when I got the hot end of the poker from you just over a simple comment. I don't know where it was or how it started, but honestly, I was real surprised because I did look up to you in a certain light. And just having that memory, it really stung, and I got real pissed.
Well, I appreciate you telling me that.
And I'll always dislike you for it. I mean, that's, you know, I'll always have that burned into my mind. I'll dislike you for it. And I hate crap. My girlfriend's giving me problems, guys.
But before you go, let me say one last thing, and if you can, I do apologize for what I said to you. I'll be honest, I don't remember what it was I said to you. I guess what you have to understand is, if you put yourself in my shoes, I was under attack from all angles. And I didn't want any friends at the time and I didn't want campers. I didn't want anybody. I was that upset. So if you were a camper, and I hurt your feelings by, I guess, upsetting you because you looked up to me, then I sincerely do apologize. It was never my intention to actually hurt you. I was throwing everybody away. It came to the part where I even threw my own channel away. And I guess that's pretty much all I can say right now.
Okay, what I'm going to leave with is, dude, please get yourself checked. Seriously. Something. Just keep in mind, you have a short temper. Just think, dude.
Alright.
So we done?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, let's all get out of here now.
Alright.
Right. Bye.
Yesterday we had 50 dial-ins, all the countries.
Well, guys.
Since when do you have a girlfriend?
Good night. Get.
I got one.
Is it online or real life?
Online, actually.
So, yeah, how about that?
How about that? Everybody's opinion?
I still hate that guy.
I
just like him too.
I don't give a shit. He seems changed. That's why I really just wasn't talking, because I found dude, you really do have to let go of the past. Just leave it alone. Just
It's gonna be the next leave Brittany alone.
I do hold grudges.
yeah, well, you gotta let it go. He was talking legal actions, and Leah doesn't seem like the kind of guy to fuck around.
He's been talking legal actions for 2 years, Paul.
Yeah, I know, but there's gonna be a point where he's actually gonna do something, and we're gonna see Indy in some bullshit lawsuit. And I don't think Indy has the money for a bullshit lawsuit. This is coming from me, and I'm the most repulsive person you guys possibly know. You know I take it to the extremes. I don't stop. I'm merciless.
We all love you. It's a gamer we hate.
Fuck you guys.
Even I would know eventually, after 2 years of being threatened with legal actions from somebody that I'm harassing for shit that was done over 2 years ago, I would eventually stop, because I would lose interest. It's just, let it go. There's no point to it. I mean, he's not going to be on YouTube that long. He even knows that. It's going to be gone because he's got the fan base from that Blackbuster Critic dude. His fan base of jungle monkeys are going to keep banning him. So just let them be the ones to give Leah grief. You move on to something else. Be more productive with your life. Work on this.
You guys want to take Onision down now?
Work on your internet girlfriend, or work on Onision.
No, I'm not messing with Onision. He's a lost cause.
How about Cassius? He should be coming
it's
back
fun
around
controlling him. It's fun.
He'll be coming back soon. It's almost that time of the year.
At a certain point, I almost
Alright.
Christy says her experience is not
Finish, you guys. We need to do this more often. Seriously.
Well, duh, Creeper Day's coming up soon, you faggots. Y'all better be there. I know
Hey,
Archive is.
Archive's the most loyal person here. Honestly.
Not even. I've been around from the start. I never left.
No, he puts all the effort into keeping this group together, pretty much.
I got Cat back into it, or I tried to.
always saw patients that the community felt uncomfortable seeing. That's part of our mission.
And she had her breakdown.
Believe the guidance, which were first proven in 2007 as voluntary, are reversing the overdose epidemic in their state.
Yeah.
So then in 2010, we saw that 20%
Well, guys, I'm out.
Night.
Night. We need to do
We
this
should
again.
we should do this. We should do this tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes.
Without Leah, so yeah.
That'd be more fun.
Helps me understand that we're on the right track. Possible solutions.
I'll still give you shit about your last name too.
Fuck you. Hey, did you see that thing I posted yesterday?
What was it?
About Lincoln in theaters. And when I posted, I was like, "This is in really bad taste."
I'll go look at it.
Alright.
Alright. You guys take. We need to do this sometime. Well, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get going too. All of my classes happen to be in the morning.
Classes.
College algebra, sci-fi, and civics all count.
Haha.
Alright, you guys all stay classy. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Go for
Alright.
yourself.
He does every night.
Fuck you guys.
Night all.
Night.
Night.
I said to my wife the other day, I bet you that we could save money by switching to a cheaper detergent at night.
And what did I tell you?
But it was a bad idea.
And?
She was right.